everyone, welcome to another episode of All the Things You Could Do. Today I'm going to be showing you how to hem the bottom of your pajama pants when they're too long, ripped, and how to fix them using a sewing machine. So as you can see, they're pretty long for me, and they're also really ripped. So I've got to fix it somehow. We're going to start by cutting the two legs the same size. So the rip kind of ends right here, so we're going to have to cut it to that end. Now this leg's going to have to match this leg. There we go. So after you cut it, you turn it inside out, just like that. And then you want to fold this upwards, just like that. And you don't have to be exact like with the measurements or anything like that, because it's kind of like the bottom of your pants anyway, so it's not a huge deal if it's like not the same length. But the purpose of doing this is so we can pin it. So here's my pins. I'm just going to pin all around each leg. Make sure you spread out your pins. Don't need an excess amount of pins or anything like that. I'm just making a cuff, really. That's what I am doing. Alright, flip it over to do the other side. We're pinning this down, so when we sew it, we don't have to worry about it flying up and our seam becoming wonky. So first off, with a sewing machine, have to plug in the foot pedal. It's what makes the machine go. So first, you plug in the cord. You find the switch, and then you turn it on. So you load your thread onto the spool. Go down this way. This is where it starts, because there's a 1 here. Go down. So, take it, go up, loop it on this metal hook right there. You can't really see it, but make sure it's at the highest position, and that's where you would loop the thread. Go back down, and this is the tricky part, the part where you have to put the thread through the needle. I'm just going to do this and then come back. One tip you could do with the tricky thread is just snipping off the end of it, so you have like a fresh thread that's not frayed. So I was able to get it through the needle. See? And once you do that, just put it under the presser foot. So right in the middle. So your thread should be under this middle portion right there. Other part of a sewing machine is the bobbin area. Just taking out the loose thread so it doesn't mess up with the mechanism. So we're gonna need to take out this middle portion right here so we can put the pajama hem around the sewing machine, because you don't want to overlap the layers, because you don't want to sew your legs shut, right? So I'm gonna just take this off. And it leaves us with this gap right here. Inside it has the bobbin, which is right here. To check if it's okay, we'll just take it out. If it's the important part, okay, that's actually a good thing it fell out. So I can show you how to put it, insert in. So you put it in, right? When you test the bobbin, make sure it turns counterclockwise. And you just do that by pulling the thread. Okay, it's going counterclockwise. And that's when you can insert it back in. Make sure it's secure. And snip the excess off. Alright, so we're going to start off with the first leg. And we're just going to put it around the sewing machine like this. And then lower it. As you sew, you want to take out the pins that you put on previously when you cross them. So I have a pin right here, and when I sew, it's going to go this way. So then I'll have to take out each pin as I go along and put it back into the container. So I'm just pressing on the foot pedal to make the needle go and the machine go. I stop for a pin, and then I take it out, and I keep going to the next pin. When I get to the end and I seal it, I go over the beginning a little bit, and then I press this certain button that allows it to go backwards, so I can finish the seam. Afterwards, I just raise the lever, and then I snip off both sides of the thread. Now usually you would have to thread the needle over again, which is something I have to do because I accidentally knocked it out of the hole, but I managed to get it back in. So now I just put it under the presser foot again, and I begin with the next cuff, and I do the exact same thing that I did with the first one. I lower the presser foot, I step on the foot pedal, and I take out the first pin. And put it away. The harder you press on the foot pedal, the faster it goes. So if you want it moderate, then you have to just press on it lightly. But if you want it fast, you press on it hard. It's my last pin. And that's done. if you want to, you can also trim off the excess, like this right here. But if not, it's fine. It's already sealed.